Have you ever wondered what separates a harmless grasshopper from a devastating swarm of locusts? The answer might shock you because they're the same animal. That's right. The cute little grasshopper in your backyard has a secret, darker side. Stick around, because we're about to jump into 5 mind-blowing facts about these incredible insects that will completely change the way you see them. So let's get right into that first bombshell. Locusts aren't a different species. They are simply grasshoppers that have undergone a dramatic transformation. When certain species of short-horned grasshoppers find themselves in overcrowded conditions with scarce food, a switch flips. Their brains release serotonin, triggering a cascade of changes. They change color, their bodies become more muscular for long-distance flight, and their behavior shifts from solitary to intensely social or gregarious. This is when they form those terrifying, crop-devouring swarms we see in documentaries. A single swarm can contain billions of individuals and consume hundreds of thousands of tons of plants in a single day. It's a survival mechanism of epic proportions, turning a lone insect into a force of nature. So next time you see a grasshopper, remember it's just a few environmental triggers away from becoming part of a planetary plague. Moving on to fact number 2, let's talk about their incredible athletic ability. If a human could jump like a grasshopper, we'd be able to leap the length of a football field in a single bound. How do they do it? It's all in those massive hind legs. But it's not just muscle power. A grasshopper's knee contains a built-in catapult mechanism made of a springy, rubber-like protein called resilin. Before jumping, the grasshopper slowly contracts its leg muscles, bending the knee and storing a huge amount of potential energy in this resilin spring. When it's ready to launch, it relaxes a specific muscle, and that stored energy is released almost instantly, catapulting the grasshopper into the air with astonishing speed and force. This process is far more powerful than simple muscle contraction could ever be, allowing them to escape predators in the blink of an eye. It's a masterpiece of biological engineering. Now, for something you might find a bit strange. Where do you think a grasshopper's ears are? On its head? Nope. Grasshoppers here with their bellies. Just below their wings, on the first segment of their abdomen, they have a pair of membranes called tympana. These membranes function much like our eardrums, vibrating in response to sound waves. Different parts of this membrane vibrate at different frequencies, allowing the grasshopper to distinguish between various sounds, like the approach of a predator or the mating call of another grasshopper, so they're literally feeling the vibes through their abdomen. This unique placement helps them detect sounds from all directions, which is a crucial survival advantage in a world full of hungry birds and lizards. Let's chew on fact number 4. While we think of them as plant eaters, grasshoppers have a rather flexible diet. When vegetation is scarce, they won't hesitate to turn on each other. That's right, grasshoppers can be cannibals. This is especially common during the swarming locust phase we talked about earlier. In a massive swarm, the grasshoppers at the back are constantly under threat of being eaten by the ones behind them, which forces the entire swarm to keep moving forward relentlessly. It's a gruesome but effective strategy to ensure the group keeps migrating toward new food sources. Some scientists even believe that this threat of cannibalism is one of the primary drivers that keeps the locust swarm moving as a cohesive, terrifying unit. It's a bug-eat-bug world out there. Finally, our 5th fact is a bit of a classic, but with a fascinating twist. You've probably heard grasshoppers singing on a warm summer evening, but they aren't singing with their mouths. This sound, called stridulation, is produced by rubbing 2 body parts together. For many grasshopper species, this involves rubbing a row of pegs on their hind leg against a thickened vein on their forewing, kind of like playing a tiny violin. Each species has its own unique song, a specific rhythm and frequency that acts as a calling card. This is primarily used by males to attract females and to warn off rival males. What's even cooler is that the speed of their chirping is directly related to the ambient temperature. In fact, you can use a formula, known as Dolbear's Law, to estimate the temperature in Fahrenheit just by counting a cricket's or a grasshopper's chirps in a 15-second period and adding 40. They are nature's little thermometers, so there you have it. From their secret identity as potential locusts and their spring-loaded legs to their abdominal ears, cannibalistic tendencies, and musical legs, grasshoppers are far more complex and fascinating than most of us ever imagined. They are tiny marvels of evolution, perfectly adapted for survival in a tough world. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of grasshoppers. If you found these facts as interesting as I did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing insights into the natural world. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.